What up, it's your boy Meta Reacts, and today we got my official ranking for all 4 movies in the MONSTERVERSE, and this is including Kong vs. Godzilla, or Godzilla vs. Kong, as that's the real title. And coming in last place is the original Godzilla that came out in 2014, the original one in this franchise, as it's not the actually original Godzilla movie, but the first one that came out in 2014. And let me start off by saying I really like every movie in this list, but out of all of them, this one is the weakest one for me because it has everything from the other ones except a lot less monster action. And, yeah, I mean, it probably does have the best characters, though. Like, the human characters are probably the most enjoyable in this movie. They have some great actors like Bryan Cranston in it. And they got the guy who plays Quicksilver. They have Elizabeth Olsen. I can't talk today, sorry. Got Elizabeth Olsen in it too. So they have some really great actors playing these parts. And we also have, you know, the classic Serizawa line of "let them fight." It does a really great job of building up to that third act, that finale, when you finally get to see Godzilla throw down on the Mutos. And it is a big payoff, and it was very fun to watch. You have the iconic scene of Godzilla atomic breath going right into the Muto's mouth. I really love it. I really enjoyed it. It was a great one for the first one in the franchise. It was one of the more grounded ones. They tried to make it more as realistic as you can get with a Godzilla movie. And coming in third place, this is very tough for me because second and third are very close together, but I'm going to have to go with Kong Skull Island. And this movie is so good. It's the best King Kong movie that exists, I think. I like it more than the one from like 2003 or so, whatever, the King Kong with Jack Black, which was good. But this movie is very good, and it delivers everything I want, which is Kong beating up on giant lizards and using propellers from boats and slicing their throats, doing this to trees and throwing at them. And that scene where you first see Kong for the first time, and you just see his silhouette in the sun. Beautiful, amazing scene, has great soundtrack, some of the best visuals I've ever seen in a movie, and it's very close. It's basically tied with King of the Monsters. I just like King of the Monsters a little bit more, probably because I like Godzilla more than Kong. That's my bias, but this is my list. But I do think that the characters in this movie were also pretty good compared to the top 2 on this list, which is interesting to say. It goes to show how much power a good monster fight has in this universe rather than just some compelling characters. Because that John C. Reilly character, who he plays the World War II veteran who lived there for like 40 years or whatever, he's a very actually good character, very interesting character to watch. And they had Tom Hiddleston, Brie Larson, Samuel L. Jackson's in the movie. They got some great actors to play these characters who aren't the greatest, but they actually are pretty enjoyable in this movie. And the human stuff is not boring at all in this movie. And I love just being on Skull Island. It's very fun to be there, and the way it ends off with that boss battle between Kong and the big skull crawler, they call it the big one, is one of the best ones. It's really good. And coming in second place is Godzilla King of the Monsters. You kind of know this already because I kind of mentioned it in the previous number. But this movie is really good. This movie, actually, the characters in this one are not nearly as good as the previous 2, but the monster action with Godzilla, the king of the monsters, is so good. It's amazing to see Godzilla. He fights Ghidorah on multiple occasions. I think he even has a little... No, we see Rodan fights Ghidorah. We see Rodan even fights Mothra. It has Mothra in it and Rodan. Come on, what more do you want? It's amazing. And the fighting is amazing. This one, when I said Kong had some beautiful images, this one had some even more beautiful ones. I'm especially talking about the one where Ghidorah is spreading his wings and doing his scream or whatever on the top of the mountain. That's one of the most visually beautiful scenes I've ever seen. And of course, like, how can you... And then you have Serizawa does his sacrifice for Godzilla. It's very... they find a way to actually make it a little bit emotional. It's very good. Sad to see him go because he was a standout in the franchise. And I love the scene where they're like... Where one of the scientist guys says, we're going to get some good old-fashioned Serizawa, let him fight. And then you have your main guy goes, no, this time we're going to help him. And then you get the shot of Godzilla walking up to Ghidorah with the jets behind him. So good, so good. Action is really what brings this movie up above Skull Island Maybe upon a rewatch, Skull Island might be above this one, but right now this is how I feel about it. I'd put King of the Monsters in that second place spot. And that, of course, means that number one is Godzilla vs. Kong. And I'm telling you right now, this is not just because this is the one I just saw. Nope, this movie gave me everything I wanted from this movie by fully embracing the silliness of some of the stuff, like Mechagodzilla, which is inherently maybe something people would say no to doing on the screen. It's kind of a dumb concept for a live-action movie, but I really love how they're like, no, we're doing Mechagodzilla. He's called Mechagodzilla. It's amazing. I love it. It had probably the best action in all three of them. And I love the fact that it actually gave us a winner between Kong and Godzilla, and it was Godzilla, and I'm Team Godzilla, so I like that. Another thing that I really enjoyed about this movie is that they found a way to make the human characters not so boring. And the way they did this is by giving them kind of some quirks, interesting things about them, like the conspiracy theorist guy was kind of fun to watch, and Millie Bobby Brown's a great actress, so and the way that she was just kind of buying into it, and you have this guy that just goes along with her. It was kind of amusing to watch, but more so, what made the human characters so watchable, not so watchable, but not boring in this one, was the fact that they interwove a lot of the plot of the Godzilla vs. Kong stuff into the human aspect. So you had to pay attention to the human aspect to understand some stuff that was going on, which kind of helped me get through those scenes with just the humans more. And next, I personally love the Hollow Earth scenes with Kong and a MONSTERVERSE. Warner Brothers, if you're listening, I'd be down for a whole movie of Kong conquering Hollow Earth and becoming the king. Hey, he can be king of Hollow Earth. Godzilla can be king of the above. Can we make it happen? Let's do it. I'd love to see that. But that's my official ranking for all four movies in the MONSTERVERSE, and I'm excited to see where they go with the next one, because they're at the top of the world right now, because it's probably the most popular movie at the moment, and it's doing really good with the critics for a MONSTERVERSE movie, so that's good to see, and the audience is obviously loving it. So I wonder what they're going to do. Let me know your ranking down below in the comments, and go check out my main channel. I do some comedy stuff on there, get to know me more, and my personality, me and my two friends. That's our channel. Link in comments and description. Also, go check out my friend Angel's vlog channel. Link in comments and description. All the glory to Jesus, and I'll catch you in the next video.